So I'm standing up here at the top of Point Lookout in Mesa Verde, and I just had a moment with a giant wasp, and it's actually still here. It's huge, but I think it's one of the tarantula. I can't remember what they're called. I'll figure it out and then somehow correct myself in this video. But it got me really nervous, right? Oh my god, I'm sitting here and it's looking at me and I'm looking at it, and now my shoulders are tight and my breath is short and I'm just locked onto this giant black winged wasp that probably has no interest in me. So great. It's great news. And it occurred to me maybe I could be here and offer maybe a video for those of us who, sorry, I'm still looking at it right now, it's right there. Those of us who maybe get those bouts of just, maybe there's something that triggers it, right? Bouts of this high tense or anxiety moments. Or maybe it just comes out of nowhere for some of us, right? Where you're thinking you're having a normal day, wasp or not, and all of a sudden you just feel tense and tight and kind of scared, maybe seemingly for no reason. Now granted, we're all sort of going through a collective global trauma at the moment with the pandemic, so I hope that this can be relevant to you if you're watching this in some way. Maybe you come back to it and practice it when you start to find yourself in one of those moments, right? What do you do? How do you handle it? So one thing that you can do, with this sort of phantom anxiety, or maybe wasp triggered anxiety, is to first become aware of it, right? Notice where in your body you feel it, right? Because sometimes maybe it'll actually have a visceral presence for you. And notice where you feel tight, right? Maybe it's in your jaw. If it's in your jaw, maybe it's also in your butt. Maybe it's in your belly. Maybe it's in your chest. And you don't necessarily have to label it. You can if it's helpful, right, to give that feeling a name. But it might not be. It might not be useful to do that. Take a moment to try to examine the layers of it, right? So on the surface, it might feel like an actual muscle tension, but below that, you might feel a sense of buzzing or vibration, or maybe it feels more like a lump or a rock. And then once you've noticed or sort of found an area or areas of your body where this there's two of them, where this tension takes hold, start to, keeping that area in your awareness for a second, keeping that area in your awareness, start to feel your breath. And at first, you might kind of notice that your breath doesn't quite reach that spot, right? Maybe you feel like your breath is a little shallow or it's a little cut off. And noticing is just noticing, right? So it's not to say you make that good or bad, or you label it as right or wrong. You just notice it for what it is. Maybe in that moment it is shallow. Maybe in that moment it is held, right? You're holding your breath. And as you continue to watch and breathe, try to invite your breath into that area of your body that you identified earlier. So if it's your belly, maybe you put your hands there. Feel your hands move with your breath. And see if, to any degree, you sort of dissolve the tension that exists there. Now, you might not, right? Maybe it's like taking up a stronghold there, but the effort is still being made to soften, right? If you do it each time that you notice this feeling, not only is there effort there, but there's continued effort there. It starts to become a habit. You can start to catch these feelings before they take you over, right? You can start to address them or work with them before they become you. And after you have tried for, as long as you can, or as long as you feel comfortable, holding your attention as you breathe in that area of focus in your body, maybe you start to see if you can expand it a little bit, right? So like if I feel tense in my belly and I'm trying to relax there, as I inhale, start to move that inhale out from that area, right? To fill up a little bit more space around it, and then exhale and relax it away. Inhale first into that space that you're working with, and maybe make it a little bit bigger, expand. And then as you exhale, relax it away. And you can continue to do this with as much awareness as you can muster into the full experience of your inhales and the full experience of your exhales, until maybe you feel that you're expanding out into your whole body and relaxing back in towards the center. As you inhale, you picture that breath filling you up all the way from top to bottom. And then as you exhale, soften where you can and relax it away. And now, maybe that doesn't work the first time, maybe it doesn't work the first 12 times. But keep trying, and maybe you'll start to notice that it can have some effect, and you can feel better. Even now, I can sit here and look in this bush and see this giant wasp just checking me out, and I feel better. Okay. Short-lived. Tarantula Hawk. That's the wasp. It's a giant wasp. It's black, like a good 2 to 3 inches long, and it'll like find a tarantula and sting it and lay its eggs inside of the tarantula. Oh. And then when they hatch, they slowly start to eat the tarantula from the inside, actually instinctively avoiding its most vital organs so as to not prematurely destroy their host. Which, now that I'm talking about it, it's probably not the kind of thing that you would include on a video about relaxation or trying to breathe through anxiety. Parasitic tarantula wasps. All right. Yeah, great. Okay. Now you know.